Hey there, everybody. My name is Shadow Phoenix, and welcome back to the 5th year of my challenge park, Whitaker Lake Park. In the last episode, we built the actual lake for the park, and we gave it the actual name. This year, it is time to add a large attraction. For this one, I really kind of wanted to use something I had already made. Instead of just doing a whole brand new coaster and everything, I wanted to use something that I'm really proud of, which is my recreation of the racer from Kings Island. I thought this would go great in this park, and being that it's its 5th year, we needed a wooden coaster because once again I couldn't actually start the actual park with a wooden coaster. We had to start with the arrow coaster. I don't understand that, but whatever. Alright, so anyway, yeah, so I wanted it, for our 5th year, I wanted this to be like a big major attraction, and I really thought this was just going to be perfect. Turns out it was too damn perfect, basically, which in the next few years you will see what I'm talking about. It's got basically the prestige on this, you know, once it's themed and everything is set up, is like in the thousands, and it attracts so many people that it takes away from everything else in the park. This is the only thing people want to ride, which causes a whole lot of issues. But I mean, I guess that's a good thing. You can pretty much charge whatever you want if you're charging per ride, which is what we are doing. Some of you, if you have already actually downloaded this, because this is available on the workshop. It's been available on the workshop for a while. I've updated it a couple of times since I've put it up there. Most notably, I updated it once they added the ability to do dueling coasters, and once they added the ability to do like more than one ride in a blueprint, then I was able to update it at that point. And then they added the ability to actually paint the wooden coasters, which was awesome, so I added that update as well. There's probably going to be at least one more update, because as you guys will see here, I struggle to try to get the paths to work right on this, and it is a pain point for other people as well, from what I'm understanding. I did have somebody write on the workshop link for this the other day that the paths were a pain in the ass, and they are correct. They actually are. It's very specific how you have to put them, and even I have trouble with it sometimes. So yeah, I get that, you know, people are having some trouble with that. Hopefully this video will help you a little bit for the current version of it, but I am going to go back, redo this ride, the station, the queue lines and everything, to make it a lot easier for people to place in their parks and stuff. It's still, some things are still going to be a little tricky though, so you're going to have to know how to use paths, but you know, I am going to make it easier. Just like, for example, this thing right here, right on these corners, see how they don't fit? That needs to be fixed, so we're going to have to fix that. And this all came from like an earlier iteration of it, and then things have been fixed since alpha and beta and stuff like that. So that tells you how long I've had this coaster. I did these back in beta when the wooden coasters came out. This was one of the first things I did, and I was quite proud of it. So at that point I did a workshop upload, and it was popular on there as well. But the newest versions are much better, I think, and especially now that we can actually paint the coasters, because that worked out great. Painting the coasters was something that I had wanted for a very long time. It's something I kept begging Frontier for. So when they finally gave it to us, I was just so damn happy to finally get that. But yeah, so it's, again, you know, like I said, this is a recreation of the racer at Kings Island, which has a red side and a blue side. Sometimes one of the sides will run backwards, the blue side I think it is, but since we can't do that, you know, that's not an option in the game, so we can't do it. But nonetheless, it's not an exact recreation. It's been a while since I've actually rode the racer. In fact, last time I was at Kings Island, I didn't actually ride it, and the last time I was there was the first time I'd been there in like maybe 8 to 10 years. So, but yeah, we didn't ride the racer the last time I was there, so I didn't have a clear concept in my memory of how the queue lines and stuff went. So I had to go from photos, aerial views, things like that. And this, you know, plus the way that the stations and stuff work on the actual coaster, I did have to work around that a little bit as well to try to get it right. So again, I apologize that it's not a perfect recreation. It's as good as I think we can get in Planet Coaster. And I hope you guys agree with it as well. One more time, self-promotion. You can grab that in my Steam Workshop, which the link will be in the video description down below. That's pretty much the only thing I did in this entire season, was just this right here. And then, I kind of wanted, since we added the lake in the last episode, I wanted to kind of continue down the side of this and kind of go up around the edges of the lake. I wanted the whole park to go around the lake. And connecting the paths and trying to figure out how we were going to do that was, it wasn't too hard. Everything just kind of seemed to fall in place. In the later years, it did become a problem because I kept trying to, there was something I had in mind, and the things I needed to add were all going just on this one side, and I wasn't expanding anywhere else. I wasn't going, down the right side of the lake. I kept doing more stuff on the left side of the lake, and it becomes a problem later on, but again, that's later on. So we're talking about this episode and year 5 right now. There I am, putting the queue line down for the left side, the blue side basically. And then there's a few other things I kind of do here. We got to connect the right side first. For some reason, it would not let me connect the left side before I connected the right side. I don't know why, it just wouldn't. But yeah, so that is really all I kind of did. There was something I did go back and kind of fix the some signage and stuff on it, which, like I said, I'm going to go back later on. There is going to be one more update to this coaster, I think, on the workshop, before I can finally say that yes, that is perfect, and hopefully you guys will look forward to that. But here I am, I'm putting signs down to recognize, hey, this is the blue side, this is the red side, and having 2 queue lines together like this, especially since each coaster has a prestige of 1,000 plus, made it seem there's so many people that hang out in this area. It's extremely crowded. It doesn't seem so yet, but it does get that way. The more people they get near a park, the more they start heading over to this, because this is like the #1 ride in the entire park. So yeah, it gets extremely crowded. I mean, like really crowded. You have no idea. You will see that in future episodes, though. I promise you that. So yeah, we got the queue line down, we got the station down, we got the queue building down, the entrance, all of that, and everything kind of worked out. At first I had tried to put these signs back there, but then I really wanted them to be here, so I used some of the trim pieces, the accent pieces, and painted those white as well, put them in there, and I kind of made this little functional little sign here to let people know, hey, this is one ride, but you have 2 sides, and that's the signage for it. I really think it came out like very, very nice. It was the classic kind of old school coaster that I was wanting. Everything was perfect on it. It's the whole station, just the whole feel of it just worked out fantastic, and I'm happy with it. So yep, that is pretty much all there is to it. At one point I did actually have to open the park a little bit. I did not get this ride open like I usually do right when the park opens, like the first of the year. I did have to go about a month into it, because when I was placing down the paths around the lake and to kind of connect everything, I actually ended up running out of money. This is 2 wooden coasters and queue station and everything else. It was quite expensive to place down, but so worth it. I think by the end of the year I ended up making, like I said, I started this having to open the park to make a little money even to finish the paths. By the end of the year I had $12,000 in the bank in my challenge park. So yeah, this was a great addition. It was a fantastic addition, and that is really all I can say about it. And again, there wasn't much else that I did in this year. I just worked around the paths a little bit, and that is pretty much it. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to head off of here as we finish up the signage here on our coaster, and then I'm going to leave you guys with a view, kind of a walkthrough around the park to see some of the new changes that we did in year 5. And this will be at the end of the year as well. So, thanks for tuning in, guys. I will see you in the next video. So long. Hey everyone, if you'd like to help support me and my channel, I have a Patreon page where you can do just that. You can pledge anything from $1 or more. Anyone who pledges $15 or more gets a unique, specially designed roller coaster and Planet Coaster made just for them. My little way of saying thanks. You can also just send donations as well if you don't want to join Patreon. And you can find those links in the video description below. Every tiny red cent I make from these means the world to me and is extremely helpful. If you're interested in my PC setup that I work with and play on that you see here, every piece of the system is described below with links to Amazon if you want to purchase them or anything else. Thanks for tuning in to my videos and my channel. If you aren't already a subscriber, click that on the screen below. And you can also check out a few of my other videos on the screen here as well. You can keep up to date on what's going on in my own little world via Twitter or watch me stream live on Twitch as well. Links are in the video description below. So wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night.